Hello guys, today we're going to do a video on MW2's open beta. Today I'm going to go ahead and try out Ground War since it just came out today. So I want to go ahead and actually see how it's going to run on the system and how CPU bottleneck it's going to be. Maybe it's going to run fine, but normally in these sort of game modes we should be seeing a pretty decent FPS decrease. And I think if I have time I'll go ahead and test out the older CPUs that I have as well and see if we can actually hold a stable frame rate with them as well. Okay. Starting it off, we're playing with an RTX 3080 and we're using a Ryzen 5900X. We're going to be starting it off with 1080p on the lowest settings. We have one setting turned to high, that on low as well. But these are the settings I normally play with, and I got 7 hours in the game now. And yeah, so normally with these settings, with this system at 1080p, I would get around 170 to 220 FPS. Everything set to low, and looks like at Ground War we're dropping down to 130 FPS. Let's go. Am I in the front? Let's go. It's kind of laggy. Put the gun in full auto. The game is desynching quite badly. Okay, get me out, get me out. I lived. I forgot I don't have a stim on this class. Alright, let's push up. You know what? FPS is not that bad, to be honest. Getting 140 FPS. It is at 1080p and 1080p. Oh. I'm going to be comparing this to Battlefield 2042 since that is the closest game we have to this kind of game mode. And that game, I get around 120 FPS to 130 FPS max. Yeah, that guy's blending in the corner. I didn't even see him. Look at him. Just gotta relax. Now if you're playing with a 3080, I would hope you're playing at least at 1440p. So go ahead and push it up to 1440p instead of 1080p. And in normal MP with this card, at 1440p, I get around 150 to 170 FPS. Which is quite decent. But that's everything on low. Is the guy still here? Surely he's not. Okay, good, he must have moved. And in Invasion, I get around 120 FPS, 130 FPS. Pushing the game to Ultra would make my FPS drop down to 130 to 150 normal MP and 100 to 110 FPS in Invasion. So we're getting 120 to 130 FPS. So about the same as Invasion mode. Even though this map is bigger. It's my teammate. Why is he so loud? Alright, that's one guy down. Holding the rooftops, I see. Do I risk it? Let's go. Hello. Any campers? He's on the other roof. We have no control of the rooftops at all. They're just destroying us. But you know what? The game's performance is quite decent. We're not getting any stuttering or any slowdowns like that. FPS is about the same as Invasion, like I said before. What's this guy doing? Wish it was a bit higher. But what can you do? At least we're not getting CPU bottlenecked. Someone's downstairs. Oh, someone else is coming. I gotta reload though. Hello. Oof. Full UAV in for the boys. Did a tank see me? Oh, a tank got me, I think. No, that was a person. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and enable DLSS just to see what our max FPS is with the CPU. I'm gonna start it off with quality. Now, personally, I don't like the look of DLSS in Call of Duty games. They look quite a bit worse than what you would see at native, and you also get some visual glitches as well. I see you. Uh-oh. Yeah, I want to shoot the VTOL line with the... Open up. Oh my god, it's gone. But honestly, in fast-paced game modes like this, I don't really notice the downgrades in quality with DLSS. But it's still not ideal, you know? That aim. Okay, that's not good. There's games like Spider-Man and God of War that have amazing DLSS implementations, while quality still doesn't really look the best. You can definitely see a downgrade in the quality of the game. But FPS is in the 120s now to 130s, so around a 20 FPS boost. Still GPU bottlenecked. We can obviously go ahead and drop the settings down to balanced instead of quality for DLSS. Okay, what's this guy doing? Someone up here? Okay, well, I'll kill that guy. Watch this. Let's go. Let's put on my tablet. No, it's turn it around. Okay, it's not letting me turn it. That's whack. They're really gotta fix the actual mouse sensitivity in Strix. I was swiping so hard and still wasn't moving it. Alright, now playing at balanced DLSS. This should give us a decent FPS boost. Let's see. Whoa, that was weird. Getting 130 to 140 FPS. And the quality looks about the same as quality mode, so it's not a huge downgrade, to be honest, when compared to quality. When you're running at native, it is a pretty decent downgrade. But when you compare quality to balance, it's pretty much the same. And FPS is in the 130s to 140s now instead of the 120s to 130s. Let's pick this up. What do we get? S-Track, let's go. Can't call it in though. Now if you look at the distance, you can see that it's quite a bit more blurry than playing at native. But and up close, the items look, and up close, the actual textures look a bit sharpened as well. Maybe we can actually disable the sharpening. Yeah, look, that's at 80%. So I'm gonna bring it down to 50%. How does it look now? I'm not sure. It's still looking pretty. You know what? It does look better, I think, with lowered sharpness. At 80%, it's a bit too much. It's like super obvious that you're using sharpening. But 50%, it's less. That was so loud. Oh my god. He just had to come ruin my kill streak, I see. Now, as you can see, we're still GPU bottlenecked, even though we're getting 130 to 140 FPS, which is it's a pretty good sign, to be honest. This game isn't as CPU intensive as I originally thought for Ground War. This game does have less players than Battlefield 2042. I think we have 64 players here, and Battlefield 2042 normally has 128. Teammate, there's an enemy with you. But even then, Battlefield 2042 does have 64 player game modes, and in that I still get 120 to 130 FPS at most. So this game is definitely more optimized for the Ground War mode compared to Battlefield 2042. I want to go ahead and use my airstrike, but I don't really have a good spot to call it in. I gotta get the high ground. Let's go towards A. It's very quiet all of a sudden. It was like super action packed like 2 seconds ago. I talked too soon. They can't hear me. I'm gonna ruin them, I hope. Look, they're looking for me. Hey, where did I go? Why is it looking behind me? Why is it looking behind him? I mean, okay, just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and drop down DLSS to ultra performance. I just want to see what it takes to bottleneck the CPU. Don't really care about the quality of the game anymore. Wow, even at performance DLSS, we still pretty much fully maxing out our... Okay, now we're falling into the high 80s and 90s now. There you go. So, pretty much at 140 FPS, we're getting GPU bottlenecked. That's the max limit of this CPU. Okay, now we're playing the game at 4K, low settings, no DLSS. Can I spawn anywhere? Yeah, let's spawn in the heli. See what FPS we can get. Looking over the map, we are just getting 60 FPS. Oh, someone's looking up. We gotta go, boys. We gotta go. Is the heli going down? It's smoking. Oh, and there's a tank next to us. At 60 FPS at 1440p low. Oh, 4K actually. I was gonna say 1440p. 60 FPS at 4K low settings. It's a bit disappointing. What is this guy doing? I gotta screenshot this. Someone's here. Come on, I shot first. I was just tagged. That sucks. But yeah, 60 FPS at 4K low settings. It's a bit disappointing for this card. This card normally does well at 4K high settings, still able to get 60, but these new games are just... Wow, look at the VRAM, 9.3, 9 gigabytes of VRAM usage. We're actually getting VRAM limited at low settings 4K. That is quite surprising. Wow, okay, you want to use DLSS probably at 4K, to be honest. I don't know if 4K native is the right choice. I would avoid... This game definitely feels way better at higher frame rates. My teammate's tag went over his head and I thought it was a teammate. Ideally over 100 FPS, that feels the smoothest. 60 FPS is still fine, but performance is a bit lacking at 4K low settings. Alright, now playing the game at ultra settings 1080p. This is the preset. This is quite intensive, playing extra. I want to ideally drop this down to high. So yeah, bring that down to high. And motion blur disable. Doesn't feel disabled as well. Alright, let's see how we do at 1080p. Okay, now playing at 1080p at ultra setting, looking at a tank. Getting 120 to 130 FPS, so around a 10 to 20 FPS decrease compared to playing at low settings. So honestly not too bad of a... Whoa, who's he shooting at? I'm in a bad spot, man. They're gonna just, in the middle of a room, trying to capture a flag. Okay, let's get in here and pull out my iPad real quick. And where's the tank I can destroy? Heli, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Quad. We'll take that. Quad feed. They didn't see that one coming. What's up, dude? I can't see the map because of the overlay. It's so hard to see the map and see where the enemies are, but it's fine. FPS is honestly not that bad. I thought... I recorded this whole bit already, but I thought in front of people by accident. And I thought I was playing at 1080p. I'm like, why am I getting such low frames? Now it all makes sense. It's supposed to be getting 130 to 140 FPS. Now normally I wouldn't play 1080p with this card. This card I would at least aim for 1440p. But if you are playing at 1080p, then at least you know how it's going to run. 110 to 120 FPS, which is what you get in the invasion mode. I'm going to chase that thing. I can reload. Quickly reload, man. Turn that flashlight off, man. Come on. That's so blinding. Like, who killed you? I've got to get this flag. There we go. Alright. And that ultra settings 1440p. Normally, in MP, we get around 120 to 150 FPS. And in Invasion, we get around 100 to 120 FPS. So, these frame rate numbers are about the same. Slightly lower when compared to Invasion, to the Invasion mode. People just hiding in buildings. I gotta find a good angle to peek him from. Look at this guy, like someone up there. Okay, let's try to risk it. Let's go. Look, I'm already getting shot at. They're just looking. Someone's parachuting above. Teammates, come on. Where's your friend? I know you got a friend here. Where is he? Just go and drop down to this hole. Teammate. Oh no! These enemies are a little slippery, man. They're just getting away from us. Alright. So far FPS has dropped down into the 80s. That's the lowest that I've seen it hit. It's honestly kind of disappointing for 1440p with a 3080. But again, it's definitely a playable frame rate if you want to play at native 1440p Ultra. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and try out DLSS. We're gonna go ahead and start off with balance. We're gonna see quality. They look the same anyway. And FPS is jumping up to the levels of 1080p. So if you don't mind the look of DLSS, then I would definitely use it at balanced. You will end up getting... Oh my god, that was close. You will get about the same performance as 1080p. I'm gonna go blow that heli up. Watch this. Let's go. This is gonna be like the trailer. Drop it down. Drop it down. Come on. Go through the hole. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Stand still for me, boy. What? Okay, dude. That's rigged. Flashlight dude again. I dislike this man. 2 bullets left in the mag. Tank outside of my home. We're losing our home flag. Oh my god, he's holding me down. Get off the floor. They're shooting at me. The enemy heli's still up there. No one's even tried to shoot it down yet. Now, personally, I wouldn't go below balance, to be honest, at 1440p anyway. At 4K, you probably can, but for playing at 1440p, you want to stick to balance the quality. Ideally balanced, because it looks the same as quality, pretty much. 4K, playing at ultra settings. We're gonna fall into the 50s here. Look at that. It's quite bad now. I don't really remember what we were getting at low settings, but I think it was around 60 to 80 FPS. This feels quite choppy now for sure. Still able to hold 60 for the most part, but when you see water or heaps of vegetation, you will fall down into the 50s. Our team's getting absolutely destroyed in this game. The enemy's holding every single flag. Team's clueless about the enemy's position. When you're firing the gun, it's very hard to recoil control with this kind of frame rate. I don't know why, it just feels very... The game basically feels more input laggy. Oh my god, it was so hard to turn the camera. This guy's clueless with where his teammate was. Nice. But yeah, the aiming feels more input laggy. It doesn't feel as fluid as before. It wasn't that bad on low settings, but playing at ultra definitely lets you know that the game isn't as fluid. There we go. Now using balanced DLSS at 4K, we're getting around 80 FPS instead of this guy cut the car stuck, the APC stuck. Yeah, we're getting around 80 FPS instead of the 50s to 60s, so a 30 FPS boost. The aiming, let's see if it feels any better. The UI is still bugged though when you change your resolution. Okay, getting 90 FPS once we go through this building. Almost 100, very close to it. I heard someone's footsteps. Oh my god, I got the APC string at us. Go, 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 get out of here. Get into a safe spot. Ooh, that was close. Teammate, okay, that's you, I could hear. This guy's into... My god, this guy was going crazy on me. And as you can see, we are actually going over the VRAM limit as well, so you want to be careful when you're playing at 4K. You don't want to go too far. But let's go ahead and try out Ultra Performance DLSS, and we can wrap it up here. Game is lagging quite badly. Let's wait for it to catch up. Is it ever going to catch up? The game is just sort of broken now. We're getting 4 FPS. Playing at Performance DLSS, Ultra, it doesn't matter what we play at. It's just lagging now, 3 to 4 FPS. So it's probably a good time to go wrap up the video, guys. So that's for the video, guys. If you like what you see, then give the video a like. And it's up to the channel, help it as well. Alright, see you next time.